considering a run for the presidency in 2020?
Yes.
You are?
I'll consider that. I'm focused right now on my reelection, but is there something I'll consider? Absolutely.
I put out 10 years of tax returns, my hiring records, and DNA tests all out there on the internet for anybody to see.
All right, and do you think that this is going to impact a 2020 run?
Look, it's all out there for anyone to see.
I will give it strong consideration about whether that is something that I should do.
I don't know about this talk. The talk may have come from me. I've said I would look at it after the first of the year. And we'll see then.
I'll keep you posted. I won't be shy about telling you when I've made a decision.
A lot of strong consideration, a lot of thinking and decision-making over the holidays. We look at the board of possibilities, and you can't really fit them all on one screen. We tried there, but there are more, believe it or not. Democratic presidential hopefuls, wannabes, back with the panel. David, your thoughts, early thoughts about how this is shaping up?
Right. So much to unpack here. Look, I think Beto O'Rourke could potentially be, as we sit here right now, in the driver's seat. Why? Because he packages it all very, very well.
And the Senate candidate lost to Ted Cruz in Texas, and obviously a prolific fundraiser.
Yeah, and it's half the battle. I mean, packaging it is half the battle, as Barack Obama kind of did that in 2008. And look, Donald Trump is very good at branding, as we know. Ask Wine, Ted, and Little Marco, right? But along comes Pocahontas and Spartacus, and so here we go again. So he seems to have, once again, eliminated Elizabeth Warren even before she got to the starting gate, to a degree.
Speaking of that, the New York Times had kind of a blistering story today about this whole, which is what produced these questions to Elizabeth Warren, about the whole DNA test thing. Advisors close to Miss Warren say she has privately expressed concern that she may have damaged her relationships to Native American groups and her own standing with activists, particularly those who are racial minorities. Several outside advisors are even more worried. They say they believe a plan should be made to repair that damage, possibly including a strong statement of apology. More worrisome to supporters of Miss Warren's presidential ambitions, she has yet to allay criticism from grassroots progressive groups, liberal political operatives, and other potential 2020 allies who complain that she put too much emphasis on the controversial field of racial science, and in doing so played into Mr. Trump's hands. Morgan, there's another piece that said Cory Booker has 7 times more Native American, or 70 times more Native American in his DNA strand as Elizabeth Warren.
Well, let's call a spade here. You have a white woman who pretended for a large part of her career to be a minority in order to benefit her career. And if that's not offensive to Democrat primary voters, I don't know what is. If I was Kamala Harris in every primary, I would look at her and say, tell me what it's like to be a woman of color. Because clearly Kamala Harris is I mean, if anything, she's had to overcome many struggles in her life. Another thing that Kamala Harris is really my dark horse, and another reason is because the Democrat primary in California was moved from June to March 3rd. Very early in the game, that's going to benefit her. And I just think anybody of the older generation, not to speak ill of any of them, but Biden and Warren and Sanders and that whole crew, I think they're just going to struggle because the energy in the Democrat Party is with the younger people, especially those of color.
And there's a Wall Street Journal poll looking at Iowa that said just that, Josh. But then you have other people like Tom Steyer. You have Mike Bloomberg, who we just saw there. Others, John Delaney is already campaigning in Iowa and New Hampshire.
Well, look, this Democrat